Hi Capricorn, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader and fellow Capricorn. And this is our intuitive reading for the time between the 12th and 18th of June. I'm going to draw a number of cards relating to the key energies and experiences for this week, just love and general overall energies. So I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started. Okay, my darlings, this is the card at the base of the reading, very apt. And this is really the perspective through which we need to see this week, and that is the 10 of Wands, okay? What this means is it's the end, really, of the strain. And I can totally relate to that personally. You know, this week is, the 10 of Wands is wand energy, so it's related to our life force, if you will. And this is like the strain that we put ourselves under, the distractions that we create in our lives, to stop ourselves almost from seeing what's in front of us. And this is coming to an end. For me personally, as you know, I've not been here for a while, and I've been experiencing this type of energy of, this is how I realize I work. I just kind of swallow the exhaustion, if you will. I kind of ignore it for as long as I can ignore. I ignore that I'm tired for as long as I can ignore it, and then suddenly I'm ill for 6 weeks, and that's just kind of the end of that with being number 10. So hopefully this is us all learning to take care of ourselves, to put down some of these distractions and to stop swallowing some of our discomfort in order to actually move forward in a much more balanced way. So that's hopefully what we're going to get for us all this week. Okay, so this is the first key energy. We'll look at this one first. This is the last card we look at. We've got love here, and then everything other than love, but we can relate to love as well. Okay, so key energies, we've got the 4 of Pentacles. So this is us not moving. Not a key energy for next week is consolidation with this card. It's about knowing what you have to offer, what's available to you, what you're wanting to do, what you can do, and not taking any action on that, or sticking firm with your current way of doing things, or recognizing that the current way of doing things needs to change, but in a way trying to understand how you got to this current status quo, this current state of affairs, you know, spending time recognizing, looking at, why did I get here? And before you take before you walk through the portal of the number 10. Remember, number 4s are related to our foundations. They're about where we come from. You know, the 4th house is about our where we come from, you know, our roots, our family, the earth, literally the earth, the ground. And what we're built on, you know, what we're constructed from, if that makes sense. And that is the energies of the number 4s. So it's interesting. It's kind of like a reflective, self-reflective, you know, taking time out to be reflective about where you've put your energy and your efforts, and kind of not wanting to move beyond that until you understand that, until you understand why you are the way that you are, why you've done the things that you've done. And these 2 cards here, the first 2 cards we have, relate to love, as I said. And basically what I just said is exactly that card. You know, with the number 7 of Pentacles, this is the futility of our efforts. This is, I'm putting energy and effort into building something, creating something, going somewhere, and for some reason it's not working. Well, the reason it's not working always with the number 7s is because, are you being authentic with yourself? Are you being true to what you want? Are you behaving in a way that that reflects the truth of how you feel? You know, we need to see, the ego is a wonderful part of the human experience, because the ego is the thing that gets us out there in the world and makes us have experiences. And generally speaking, you know, for me, I recognize, as I said, I've not done a video for months, for weeks, And I realized and recognized that I was doing this. I was pushing myself. I was working this hard. And why was I continually becoming, after so much time, getting ill, feeling exhausted? Why was that happening for me personally? And I recognized that my ego is the thing that continues to push me. I want to do the best I can do. I want to be the best I can be. I want to achieve as much as I can achieve. I want to, and actually, that's not what you tell yourself. You don't tell yourself, I want to be the best. I want to, you don't tell yourself that. You tell yourself, this is important for me in my life. This is important for me to achieve, and but your ego is the thing that gives you the impetus to move, the energy to move, and we can feel frustrated sometimes with our security. We can say, I'm not getting the security that I want. I don't have the security that I want yet. Why is that? And it's kind of like you arrive at this week feeling like this. You arrive at this week feeling like this. It's like you have spent time trying to understand. And it's like this week there's a shift, there's a change. And really the shift and change comes in from your attitude. We've got, it's just, look, we've got this 10 and then we move to the 1. So we have the 10 of wands. And as I said, you come into this week, you might be tired, you might be exhausted from, oh my gosh, God. And this is love, remember. So this is, I've just been general, but this is love. So this is when it comes to relationships, and it comes to love relationships as well, or family relationships, or for example, or gendering, much more successful relationships. It's like, oh God, it's futile. Why do you want, I put on one of my posts on Instagram about a conversation that I'd had with one of my friends, and we were talking, she's on Tinder and going on dates. I'm like, why do you do it? Like, I was like saying to her, like, well, why don't you just go on a date with him or whatever? And she's like, no, she said, I only do it because it's good for my confidence, it's good for my self-esteem to get these likes and to speak to have these people texting me and whatever. And I was like, well, so what's the point then of like being in this relationship? What's the point of doing that, of sharing your energy in that way with random people if you're never going to accept a date with them? That is, everything I've just described to you is these cards. It's that type of realization, that type of recognition. It's that type of understanding that you gain, but only from doing something over and over again that doesn't work for you, because it's about understanding, why does this not work for me? Why am I distracting myself? Why am I not being truthful about what I'm getting from this? And that's the breakthrough that comes. That's when we can stop distracting ourselves with the falsehoods of, oh, it's because I'm working too hard, or it's because I've got too much responsibility, or it's because I want to be the best that I can be. Stop kidding yourself. The reason you do what you do is because, like everybody else, you're afraid, or because you don't know how to proceed, or because you're not sure what you want, or because you feel vulnerable, or for a myriad of other reasons. Each will be specific to you, whatever reasons are specific to you. It's like we come into this week understanding that this is where we've been, in a way, putting our energy into, trying to get a date, or trying to tell yourself that you want this relationship, or that you want this partnership, when really that energy is a distraction from the truth, from the reality of the vulnerability that you're feeling, or whatever it is that you are feeling that's creating this energy here. So it's like you arrive at this week understanding that, knowing that. And so then, as I said, we can put down these and say, okay, now I know. And when it comes to relationships, don't keep, it's like, if you're in a relationship and your partner is like, I don't know, works really, really hard and has a really important job, and you have a really important job and you work really hard, but like you're still expected to do the cooking and the cleaning, and because they've got a really important job, blah, blah, blah. You don't really want to harass them. You don't really want to tell them that you're a bit unsatisfied. So you do everything. You go to work and you work hard, and then you come home and you cook and you clean and you do what you do, you know, and you don't ever say to your partner, you know, I would love some help here, or, you know, I'm frustrated here, because you don't ever say it. You do it because you think it's the right thing to do. You know, this is what a good husband does. This is what a good wife does. This is what a good partner does. So you do those things, but it leaves you feeling like this, because you shouldn't do the washing up if you don't want to do the washing up. You shouldn't make a cup of tea if you don't want to make a cup of tea. And it's kind of like the ego thing. Just a second. Tiny! Shut up! It's kind of like the ego thing. It's like, it's not enough anymore. The thing of, oh, I'm doing this because it's nice to be nice, it's nice to be good, it's nice to make, no, just a second. That dog, I swear, sorry. You know, oh, it's nice to be nice, it's nice to be good, it's nice to do, you know, do you know what? No, it's not. It's not nice to be nice. It's not nice to be nice for the sake of being nice. It's not nice to be good, do good things for this, so that you can sort of give yourself like, oh my God, this makes you feel good. No, it doesn't, because it doesn't. It's not authentic. That's a type of realization that's going to come through for you guys this week, for us this week, okay? So I'm interested to see how my how my dating goes. Okay, then we get these two cards, which are everything other than love, but we can relate them to love. It's just, I like to break the reading up a bit, but relate it. So we've got the Star card and we've got Temperance. So two major arcanas. Again, interesting energy. With the Star card is related to Aquarius, and the Temperance energy is related to Sagittarius, if I remember rightly off the top of my head. And there's a higher understanding with these energies, with both these energies. There's a knowing with these energies. You know, I say after Aquarius season, I'm like, I know Aquarius know everything, and they truly do. And, you know, they know why. Not in, you know, I'm not saying like every person. I say that in a sense of there's a truth that you might not understand, but you know it's a truth. That's what it's like for an Aquarius, and that's what it's like with the Star card. There's a truth, and you might not understand almost where that comes from, but you know that it's true. That's the energy of the Star card, and Temperance is this energy of sort of trying to understand. It's the energy of mindfulness. It's the energy of being engaged and responsive to your current experiences. So look at this. We've got, let's be completely engaged and in line and attuned to what I'm currently experiencing in my life, what I'm currently facing in my life. When I said to you about the awareness, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's as if there is no escape from seeing this. Well, the only reason I work this hard, I talk about the fact that I want to be like the best. You know, I want to help people like me. I'm talking about me. For example, I'm using me as an example, but this is not where I'm at in my life, but just as an example. You know, I'm going to work really hard because I want everyone to like get help from my videos and like to like grow from my videos. And really the reason I work this hard is because I want to be the best, because I'm ambitious, because I want to make a lot of money, because I want to be seen as a professional, like a really good tarot reader, whatever. And it's like, that's the truth of this. It's like you see that now, and you can't. I nearly swore then. I kind of feel like I need to swear. It's kind of like you see that shit now. Sorry if you don't like the swearing, but it's like you can't avoid it this week. And this is the general. So it's like, okay, the awareness that you have arrived at. The awareness that you've arrived at shows you very clearly that you are in a place, you are refusing to generate security in a specific area of your life, whatever that be, love, work, whatever. And you're doing that because you are distracting yourself. You are doing things that are not necessarily truthfully and authentically what it is you want. You know that you are doing things that you truthfully, authentically don't want to do. And it's like that awareness comes through very strongly and clearly this week. And it's very healing. And it's exactly where you need to be. And remember, I mean, I just picked that up. We've got the ace there and we've got the ace there. So we've got this new beginning, got this new start. We've got this opportunity for tackling and doing things in a different way going forward. So let's have a look at this outcome, if you will. We'll look at it together. We've got the five of, so not the outcome, sorry, this is the key energies. So these are the key energies this week. And you know, if you remember, followers of Key Wisdom Tarot on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook will have read the post that I've done, the additional post that I've done about the five of wands. This is that inner conflict. So it's almost a fighting against the change, number five, that wants to come through in your life. It's like fighting against that awareness that wants to come through in your life. You know, sometimes it's like you focus so hard on trying to achieve something that you're 3 years in to this achievement, and then you look up and you're like, I don't actually really want that. Why did I start this? It's not really for me. Why am I doing? It's that type of energy. This is what it is. It's like this. I keep saying there's no escaping who you are this year. There's no escaping the truth about what you feel, about how you feel about yourself, about how you feel about others, about how you feel about your past. There's no escaping the truth of it this year in 2019. And it's like, this is that conflict that's coming through, that change that wants to come, that wants to happen, that wants to come into your awareness. And this is why I always, there's no sword energy here, but there is air energy. And I always say about the swords, don't I? Always say our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our communication, and I always say what we think and what we allow ourselves to think. And that's because these type of energies exist, and the fives exist, and the five of swords exist, and the seven of swords exist. It's because we can kid ourselves that we are happy for years. We can kid ourselves that we are fulfilled for years. And then you wake up one day. This is a part of my poem. And it's the first time in a long time that you really see where we lay, and you get up and you eat food and you go work, but it hurts. Just a little bit at first. Like when you bite your fingernail just too much and it's sharp to the touch, you can ignore it just, but it hurts. And the next day you do the same, and all those after, and you wander through your life not thinking about the pain, but it hurts. It gets a little worse every day. That's where we're at. That's what this is. That is the realization of the pain, of the strain, of the stress, of the aching, of this is what happens if I ignore myself. This is what happens. This is what we all, every single person on the planet does it. That's what awareness is. Awareness isn't just, this is red. Awareness is allowing yourself to experience fully your world. And that's something that has to come in stages, because it can be very overwhelming. We're getting that knowledge this week. We're getting that awareness, that understanding, Capricorn. And I, for one, love it. I mean, I always get it slightly early, and I'm back at work this week, Anna, and yes, I'm coming into this awareness myself, understanding the strain of the work that I do, understanding why I continue to push myself to the extent where I can't get out of bed. Like, I will not stop. I will keep working and keep working and keep working. I will work 10 hours, 11, 12 hours a day. I will keep working. Why? Why would anybody push themselves to that extent? The awareness, that was my personal thing. The awareness for you will come through. The awareness for me has come through and is continuing to come through. And I thank the universe. I praise the universe that I have had the tenacity, like every Capricorn, to see this through, to experience it, to experience this moment. And that's what you need to have this week. You have to continue to allow yourself to come into this awareness. Allow yourself, Capricorn, to come into this awareness, because there is new, there is healing, and there is stability available if you can allow yourself to just experience truthfully what you're experiencing, okay, and to engage with truthfully what you're experiencing. Okay, we'll leave it there, my darlings. I hope you like this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That is how you support my channel and all other YouTube channels. Give it a thumbs up because that helps us. Please feel free to share this on your social media, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and leave me your comments. I will read your comments and I will try to respond to your comments as well. Please check out the down below for the astrology for this month. I always update that every month, so please check that out. And don't forget to follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here, my darlings. I'll see you all again next week with your brand new readings. Take care, my fellow Capricorns. Bye.